About a year ago I made this machete and it's very good, excellent at its job at chopping, and it's good and floppy and sharp and everything. It's a bit rusty, but it's a bit small now that I've used it for a while, so I want to make a bigger one. So for the blade of this here original one, I actually used the blade from an old handsaw, and I don't know why, but I didn't utilise the full length of the handsaw when I made the previous blade, so this time I am going to. The first thing is just to remove the old handle, as it'll just leave us within a bare piece of metal. There we go, lovely piece of metal. Now this is a lovely solid piece of metal, it's just got some surface rust. So to clean that up, you can use the grinder with a flap disc. By using the original design I had used and this handle template I have for a knife, I've managed to come up with this shape here, and it's a nice big long blade. The blade goes through the whole way from here to here, so it's going to be nice and big. The whole shape of it is successfully cut out, and if I'm very careful I can hold it and swing it about, but the edges are all like knives. The entire thing is like a giant knife, so I need to clean up, especially down at the handle here. Just looks horrid, so I need to use the file and the grinder just to take off all the burrs and everything like that. The metal part's all prepped and ready to go pretty much, except it's not very comfortable to hold right now. So a wooden handle is in order, and much like the original, two pieces with some dowels, and the order will make sense once I get round to it. But I'm going to start by punching the two holes and drilling them in the metal. Whoops! The holes are drilled and I filed down the burrs so I don't kill myself, and I thought I'd try a nice thought I've been having for a handle, and that is one side do something light, this is some pine, and the other side something dark, this is mahogany, and as well as that, contrasting pins. Yes, this means that one pin on one side will be near invisible, light on light, but on the other side it'll be contrasting, light on dark, and vice versa, dark on dark, dark on light. So, just need to mark out the handles. Dab, don't need that much. Another dab. And give them a wee bash. So they're sticking out the other side. There we go, sticking out. And the other one. Then you can take your lovely handle, pop it over your piece of metal, and look at that, it's looking good already. Same again, bash it through a bit. Good bit actually. So you're poking out way far. Put glue on the other handle. Such. And then you're going to bash it on. And usually it's an excellent tight fit. That means the handles stay on really well. With the clamps on, I can now just leave it overnight to DIY. Time has passed and glue should have dried by now, so the clamps can come off and then we can trim off the excess dowel. In the interest of comfort, I'm going to add a small round over to the whole handle, and that'll just make it nicer and less likely to cut you. And I'm going to do all of the finishing sanding, which is going to take ages, but will probably be worth it. To finish the metal, it is quick, cheap and easy if you just use some WD-40. Give her a spray, give it a wipe, rub it in, and bam, protected. Now ordinarily I don't finish my wooden handles, but if you want you can use a varnish or an oil or something, but this is no exception. I'm not going to finish the handle. It looks good, feels good, why finish it? Acha! Now the final step to make this ornament a deadly weapon is to sharpen it, and I'm not going to be using it as a deadly weapon, nor am I going to be shaving the hair off any camel's backsides, so I'm just going to use the grinder with a flat disc, and this gets an extremely sharp finish. Does not get a perfect sharp finish, but it's still very sharp. I am in a wilderness. I'm ready to mass destruction. Look, here is a branch. See? Machete. Machete. Bigger tree. Woo! I like. This is probably slightly wasteful, but we've got tons of apple trees. Apple. See that all right? Apple. Machete.